Wow, man, what a beautiful day it is today. Got up a little early today. Not as early as I wanted to. Sun's already up. Um, but man, I'm excited to work. It's still kind of cool right now. It's gonna get hot. But I mean, this view right now, just everything's just amazing. I mean, just awesome to wake up to all of this. I mean, whew. Got to enjoy it while it's green. It's just really, really nice out here. I don't know, in the next few weeks, maybe a month or so, it's not gonna be as green. So try to enjoy it as much as I can. Anyways, so today's project is, as you can see, I'm up here on the roof of this little building that we are salvaging. And today I need to cut out all the rot that's on the roof sheathing. Which you can kind of see. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just gonna cut that out. It's gonna make my life easier too. So when I replace those, replace the lumber and the roof trusses. But yeah, all that's got to come out. Got to replace the lumber and the trusses, and then do a little bit of framing on the walls too. So we'll see how far I can get. I don't think it's gonna take too long. It's not too extensive of work. And yeah, I think it's just time to get to it now. Here we go. All right, we're starting to get there. I'm at a pretty low angle here, as you can tell. But we're starting to get there, and about, I don't know, getting close to halfway there. Cutting through it, it's going pretty smooth. I'm just taking, a circular saw, just set the depth to about, I think it's a little more than an inch, just because I'm riding over the nails a little bit, so I'm not plunging it all the way deep in there. I'm just trying to make sure I get the saw all the way through the roofing material and also the sheathing. So, but I also want to make sure I'm not hitting the structural wood underneath. So it's a little bit of just kind of filling the saw as it's going through. If I hit resistance or whatnot, I'm just kind of pulling back on it, making sure not to plunge the saw too deep. But yeah, making quick work of it, and get this part of the roof, get this bad wood out of the way here in just a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, I really got to be honest. I'm surprised that this building is still standing up. I mean, sorry, my allergies are acting up. Anyways, I'm surprised that this building is standing up. I mean, as I get through this, as I get through the sheathing, I mean, you can just see these rafters, or the rafter tails. If it'll focus. Yeah, you can just see these rafter tails and how kind of in bad shape they are. That one's not too bad. But I mean, this guy, it's just surprising that like all these are still holding up. This roof probably should have caved in by now. Fortunately, it hasn't. But what I wanted to show you too is, I mean, just look at this. Just completely, lots of water damage. I mean, this is just crumbling my hands. Again, sorry, my allergies are acting up. I need to go get some more medicine because I don't know if I can do this all summer with these allergies. But yeah, I mean, this is just peeling off. Anyways, getting it taken off. I'm thinking about probably keeping this board. It's still in good shape. I should still be able to get my work done without removing that. So I think I'll keep that one and just removing the other one that's in really bad shape. I'm getting more and more of this old rotted wood off and just uncovering just how bad this is. I think it's a little worse than I was expecting. I can't say I'm too surprised, but being up here now, I mean, I'm a little nervous because I really don't know how this is still standing up. So let me just show you kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, because this is, I'm kind of on a precarious spot of the roof here where these 2x8s are like not attached anymore. They're completely rotted out. There's at least a, I don't know, maybe an 8-foot to 10-foot gap where there's really no support. Again, sorry about the allergies. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I mean, there's no way that this rafter is supporting anything. I mean, and then look at this one. Jeez, completely gone. I mean, I may just be supported by these 2x4s here. It seems like these were added later to help support the roof. And just gonna keep going down. I mean, another one here. Move this out of the way. Again, there's like some 2x4s here to help brace it. And this may be what's holding up the roof, because this is gone. And you can just see down the line, I mean, that's not supporting anything. And actually when I'm standing up here, I mean, I can, last week I was up here just kind of looking at the roof, inspecting it, seeing what I needed to do, and I could just sway back and forth. Now I'm a little nervous to do that because the building was rocking back and forth. I was thinking maybe it's because of the floor beam that's messed up. But now I'm starting to realize is that moving back and forth, it's probably because of the roof. So now I'm trying to just be really careful with where I step, because this is crazy. I think I'm actually about to get down. Rather than removing the rest of this blocking that's down here and exposing some more of the rot, I am just going to go ahead and just start rebuilding the backside here, because this side's really bad. This side had a lot of water damage, and I think it was probably the worst spot of the entire building. But yeah, I mean, that's, whew. I mean, I don't know what to say. Let's just get to it, I guess. So what I'm doing right now is actually, I've determined the pitch of the roof, and I'm just making those marks here so that we can replace the lumber in the roof and make sure that when it's, once it's put in place, this line is actually perpendicular to the ground, right? So it's plumb to where when we put our fascia board on there, it's gonna be perfectly level. To determine the pitch of the roof, so we're doing a 312 pitch, and let me see if I can kind of visualize this a little bit. So if you want to determine the level or the pitch of your roof, say this is your roof line. Let me just prop this up with something. Let's see, prop it up with this. So say this is your roof, right? Your roof line. And where are you gonna do that? You can take your carpenter square, put the 12, the mark of your 12. If you've got a 24-inch, 18-inch, 12-inch square, whatever you got, put it on the 12-inch mark. And what you wanna do then is take your level, and this is kind of hard to do right now, but take your level and, you know, get the long part of the square level, and then look at the mark on the side, right, on the vertical piece of it. So right now this is about a 212 pitch, right? So then from there, what you can do, hope you can see that. So then when we make the mark on the lumber, what we do is, well, what I do is I take my speed square, and I've got my marks on here, right? So look for my 3, I line that up with my pivot point on this side, and then I make my line. I just scribe it right there. And then I just make sure that the long end is the length that I want it to be. So right now I'm doing this at 4 feet because these are 8-inch 2x8s. I'm sorry, 8-foot 2x8s. So I'm basically cutting them in half with the right angle. So what's it called? So when I put them up, when I replace the lumber, when I replace the lumber up there, that line will essentially be plumb or perpendicular to the ground, right? So our fascia, again, is perfectly level and plumb once we get to that stage. That same pitch will also translate to the top of the roof. So what I could do, I mean, this line, I can go ahead and cut all 20 something boards that I need to cut, and they're all gonna be the same cut, the same line. So I can basically, I know the pitch, I can cut all my lumber all at once and then get it all placed rather than going back and forth and trying to, I mean, it's just not efficient. So get the pitch, know the length of the board that I want it to be, do all my cuts, and then I can go and start installing them. All right, so it's been a few days since we started. As you can see, I haven't really finished it, and that's because we ran into a problem with the plumbing down here. As you can see, so this is the plumbing that goes to the septic tank. We found out that there was, I don't have them here anymore, but there was a clog. We drained, we dumped the RV, sent some water down there, and at first it seemed like it was working, but then it started to back up. Fortunately, it wasn't too much of a mess, but backed up. So we dug down to see what was going on. We removed part of the pipe, and kind of as I predicted, it was completely overtaken with roots. So we pulled out, I don't know, maybe like 6 to 8 feet worth of roots, and we tested the pipe again, and it still was clogged. So we are just thinking that there's probably roots going all the way up. So rather than trying to remove them all, this pipe's been here for a while, so we just decided to go ahead and trench. So we, let's see, we trenched all the way over here. Had to take out part of this deck. I mean, we're trying to salvage a lot of this decking. But I mean, there's some replacements we need to do, so it's not too big of a deal. And so that's the trench right there. But this is the old pipe, and that's one that we need to remove and get out of here. And it gives us a good opportunity because I didn't want the pipe here anyways. I wanted to move it to the back. But so again, trench all the way through. Try not to fall. All the way back here. So I almost fell. So it wasn't too far. I mean, it's about 50 feet worth of trenching, which isn't too bad. What made it difficult though is that it's starting to get, we haven't had rain out here in a couple weeks, or I mean longer than that. So this dirt over here was really hard to get through, and we didn't use a trencher. We did it all by hand rather than renting a trencher. But yeah, so we got it to where we needed to be, and I need to get that fixed. That's what I'm working on now. Which started trench, I just got to put the pipe together. Pretty simple. But I got to finish that before I can get up here and finish that framing. So kind of a little hiccup, but it's fine. Another project we were going to work on, but I think we're going to hold on it for now, is Emily got her first order of roses in, which is exciting. We got like 50 plants, and we'll go into more detail as far as which roses she got. But we have another shipment that's coming in too. It's another 50 roses, and we want to start planting those. And I was going to actually start to trench that line for our new water lines. But given that I need to finish this thing, we're going to wait to trench all new water lines. And for now, we'll just kind of water those with a hose. Maybe put a temporary drip system or something like that. But that might be, I don't know, maybe another month or two before I can actually get to trenching and putting in all new water lines. But we'll see. Maybe something will come up and we'll have to replace or put the new lines in, because, and I'm going off on a tangent, but we have had a few water leaks that we've replaced, and then it seems like almost every week another part of the water line goes out. Like I had a spigot the other day, the one that's serving as the spigot for our camper. It doesn't turn off anymore, so the valve is busted, so I need to replace that. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll get to that sooner than I was thinking. But anyways, I better get to this line and get it in, so we can, you know, actually use the septic. Okay, I think this is gonna do it for this video. So we got all the new plumbing in, connected to the septic, as you can see there, and it kind of goes all the way back. Let's see, yeah, all the way through here. And I think it ended up being somewhere around 50 feet of pipe. And right now we have it connected to the RV. But we left a little edge at the end here so that when we connect it to this new building, it's just really easy. I can just cut it off, connect more pipe, and we're good to go. And then when the RV is out of here, we can take this pipe off that I'm kicking, and now it just acts as a clean out, just a regular clean out. So it'll be there. So if we park the RV here in the future, great, we have a place that we can tie into it, but we also have a clean out. So if there's ever a backup for any reason because of this structure and because of this septic, then we'll be good. But yeah, I think I'll end it there.